East Tennessee State University will host a screening of the documentary film Forest for the Trees, the impact of stigma on pregnant and postpartum women with substance use disorder. This Wednesday at the Powell Hall Recital Hall. Here to discuss this powerful documentary are Dr. Kelly Moore and Jordy Whetsell. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's talk about this. First of all, give me some background on why the documentary was made.
Yeah, so this documentary was made because the Department of Health recognized that a lot of people, women specifically, who are struggling with substance use disorder during their pregnancy have a hard time seeking health care and getting the help that they need to treat their substance use. And a lot of times the barriers to getting help have to do with stigma. So. Right. And stigma really just refers to the way that we as a society sometimes look down on people when they have substance use problems or other sorts of experiences, like maybe a criminal background, and so that can prevent people from seeking the help that they need when they have a substance use problem.
Where did the seed for this idea for a documentary come from? Did it was a conglomeration of people, or? Yeah,
so the Department of Health really wanted to create a training video. That was how this all started, okay. And they had reached out to us. I was affiliated with the Addiction Science Center at ETSU and the Strong Brain Institute, and had done a lot of stigma research, and so they wanted to create this training video that could be used to help bring awareness to some of the barriers that pregnant women face when seeking help. Right. And so thanks to Jordy, we were able to create something a little more, I think, compelling and interesting than your typical sort of academic training video that we've done before. Yeah.
Jordy, when you were approached with this project, what went through your mind?
Yeah, well, when Dr. Moore said training video, my first question was, is it required training? Because that sort of would inform how we'd make the project a reality. And the answer to that question was no, it is not a required training program. So we decided to shift from being primarily an informational tool to an inspirational tool. And we felt like the documentary format was the best way to do that.
What were some of the challenges you faced when you were creating this documentary?
Yeah, well, I think we learned a lot throughout the project, and got to connect with a lot of really, really incredible people, both educators and people with lived experience. I think for me, the challenge that I think about when I look back on the project is just feeling challenged personally, right. To evaluate the stigma in my own life. And the things that maybe I'm not aware of, the background that folks bring into their story, right. And really the power of story. And we hope that in the film Forest for the Trees that we use the power of story to help connect people in a way that maybe they wouldn't have been able to connect prior.
And Dr. Moore, I was going to ask you, when folks come and watch this and watch the screening of this, what do you want them to take with them when they leave?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that the film helps bring awareness to the way that our attitudes and the ways we interact with people who have a substance use history can really be important. We have a lot of power, just as community members, as healthcare providers, we have a lot of power to influence whether someone actually seeks help and gets help. So I hope that people take away, you know, stigma is a real barrier for people with a substance use problem, and these are our community members. We want to get them connected into treatment and into help rather than push them away from it. So I think just recognizing the way that we interact with people and the way we can pull people in and support them rather than push them away. So.
Now beyond, and either one of you can answer this, beyond the screening this Wednesday, talk to us about where you want this to go forward, where you want it to be down the road.
Yeah, I'll say, well we have the screening on Wednesday evening that we're really excited about, and then from there we know for sure that the film will be hosted at gochromacreative.com/Forest for the Trees. Okay. And then we hope that the project will be part of a bigger campaign through the Tennessee Department of Health.
All right, very good. Thank you for coming by, sharing the story of this with us. We really appreciate it. Let's give you some information. It's coming up, Forest for the Trees screening at the ETSU Martin Center at the Powell Recital Hall, right inside the Martin Center there. It's happening Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. It is free. Registration is required, though. Go to www.etsu.edu/Martin Center.